No one is immune from developing a steep downswing. I mean, we see it with regular golfers, certainly. We also see it with pros. And the pros that we've worked with, a number of them have come in and gotten a little steep in the downswing, and you play in different conditions all the time, different winds, it can creep in. And we got this drill progression from Scott Hamilton, works with, I don't know, I think 12 PGA Tour players right now, works with nonstop with tour players, and he gives this drill to his guys as well. He taught us this a few years back, and it's such a good drill progression to get you out of a steep downswing, because again, you're better off, I think, erring on the steep side when you're a competitive player than you are erring getting it too underneath.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you start playing underneath, we call it under. For a tour player, you start introducing both sides of the golf course, and you cannot play out there.
Well, not only shot shape wise, but now you start to get into downhill lies, uneven lies. That club dropping under early is a no-go.
If it's under here and it doesn't tip out over like we want to see it, you start blocks, hooks, problems with uneven lies. So this is something that, especially for someone that's playing at a really high level, you got to watch that and figure out, okay, how do I get this on playing without erring on this underneath side? 'Cause it's like a death move for tour players.
Right, and you want, I mean, nobody is going to be dead on. Faders will be a favor the top side of the hands, drawers probably the bottom side of the hands. So you've got a window there, but if it gets too much over the hands or comes out a little steep and then you have to shallow it late, that's where a lot of trouble comes, and it's typically a better player issue. So the first progression is to take the trail hand off the club.
Right.
This makes it very difficult to manipulate the club with. Most of us play right-handed or right-hand dominant. That's always kind of the hand that starts goofing things up.
Yeah, and the hand that wants to pull is the right hand, which can get this hand path going in. For the average player, an overly inward hand path is a loop out over, so it's creating too much of that motion.
Okay, so let's go through the first part of this progression is with lead arm only.
So you grip it in your lead hand. It's going to feel heavier, obviously, just because it's one hand on the club. And take a grip on here. It's in the base of the fingers, heel pad on top, so you've got some leverage. You're going to need that. And then you're just going to kind of get the weight of the club swinging here and swing it kind of up over your hand. So if you're guilty of anything that looks like you're bowing your wrist or you're taking your hand path too in or even shoving the hands out and the head coming in, letting this club just kind of swivel up over your hands, you'll feel some rotation here in your arm, the forearm, and this club will pitch up here somewhere pointed at the target line. If you just let it swing and turn your body as you do that, you can see where that would end up. If you kept going, it'll go up to what we call, our little swoosh at the top, our little sickle. And then because of the weight of the club and you start pivoting, it'll lay down a little bit, go through your hands. And here's the critical part for a tour player. You're shallow here. The club is on this side of your hands when it's above your hands. What you're trying to do is as this club passes through your hands, it tips out on the other side of your hands. So you're hitting the swing plane differently. Instead of being high handle this way, the club is moving in this manner. So the handle's slightly lower. You get your exit going around you, and you get a lot more control of the club face that way.
The key thing you said there was, if you'll do the down the line view here again, is, well, let's go to kind of the end of the takeaway in the backswing. So we're going to use that hand location as kind of the line of demarcation as far as
under my shoulder.
Yeah, to textbook spot. Anything above the hands, the club head should be behind the hands. Anything below that spot, the club head should be outside the hands. And that's how you want to look at this, whether you're a beginner, whether you're a seasoned professional, or anywhere in between. This is kind of the barometer when you're looking at your swing.
This is such a good way to think about this, too. If this is my target line, and I'm saying, okay, I want to swing from the inside, right?
Yes.
Well, I think what starts happening, people start swinging from the inside, and this club drops below their hands and is inside their hands. So that's the under kind of high handle inside. Now, that's a one way to hit inside, but it causes blocks and hooks.
Yes.
What you want to feel is this club working down the way it's inside the hands and higher. As soon as it gets below your hands, it's working outside. Now look, that's still approaching from the inside of that club shaft on the ground. So it's still slightly from the inside, but it's a totally different action on the club and the body. And as a better player, that's a very good feeling right there because you can cover the ball a little more and the face feels quieter instead of this like flashing. And nobody, if you play any kind of golf and you start getting that feeling like the face is flashing closed, that's not a good feeling because you got a hook in the chamber.
This video is about fixing steep players.
Yeah.
So if you do that again and you get that club out over the club on the ground too soon, now you got issues too.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Better players will back it up and drop it under.
But just that one concept,
100%.
You know, you get you thinking right. And the good thing about this drill is, you know, it gets you to pitch the club up a little more on plane instead of doing anything that gets it working too under because that's an over move.
That what you just said is going to be the reason this drill, just this first part of the progression, is going to be so valuable to so many golfers because you're going to have to start to swing the club rather than guiding it or manipulating it. So let's get your alignment club out of the way. We'll capture this on TrackMan and we'll just do a couple of these the first stage of this drill here. Just some one arm onlys. Yeah. I like to start it out a little bit in front of me, right, to get a little momentum.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
My release gets so much better. This is when I started hitting it really good when Scott taught me this release like 3 years ago.
Right. Now what you'll see here is the club shallows out, and when you're doing this, it's very difficult to hit the ball solid if you're not used to doing this drill, but you do want to see a direction to that ball starting off. A lot of you are going to do this for the first time and the ball's going to pop way out to the right because you're not used to squaring the club face properly.
Yeah, it's getting you to be shallow the right amount and the handle working kind of back towards you. And you can really feel it when I do this. I mean, I need to do more of this because I never end up there. If I don't practice, I end up with a higher release and I start to block it and hook it.
Again, this is one of these drills where you can't do it too much. And you want to do drills like this to teach you, train you what things should feel like, right? We're always getting asked, and it's kind of a pet peeve of ours, what should it feel like to do X or Y? Well, how am I supposed to tell Shaun what something should feel like? I'd rather monitor him to make sure he's doing the correct movement, and then he tells me what that feels like. That's why these drills are so important. You can't do them enough. Okay, so that's stage one of this.
Right.
Just getting the left arm working and feeling that weight of that club work with you, not against you.
Yes.
Okay, now let's introduce the trail hand. We're going to let it be involved, the arm, but not let the hand dictate any of it.
So it's just a ghost hand. You just barely put it on there. You're not allowed to use it at all. So a lot of you are going to do that and curl your fingers. You're not allowed to do that.
That's right.
So just barely lay it on there. And then the same thing, you might start this one from behind the ball and just feel the weight of the club in the lead hand making this kind of upward motion as you turn your body away. And just hit the same type of shot like that. I'm not really using my right hand at all.
This is going to be essentially, it's still a one-arm swing.
Yeah.
Now that you have to make the trail arm move, not the trail hand dominate.
Exactly.
So we always like to say you're putting the right arm, your trail hand, you let it sit in the back seat of the car. It can't drive, but it's got to be involved. It's on the trip now.
Yeah, because your right arm being your strong arm, I mean, it can cause so many problems. So you're really just trying to train the right arm.
Yes.
You know, the left hand, if it does a lot of the work, it does a lot of things the right way. As long as your body pivot supports it, you'll make some of the prettiest club motions that you've ever seen.
Let's do that one more time.
Yep, same thing.
Yep, same thing.
So just basically just barely touching it, up over it. Feel that club exiting a lot different than my normal
I'm going
swing.
to nitpick you on one thing on this. We'll do that again. Let's see if I saw it correctly. Yep. Let's see if you can do this one because I know it's what you've been working on without letting that right arm pull behind you.
Yeah, I feel that a little bit. I think part of it's my setup I just made was so awful. All right. Ready?
So show everybody what we're talking about here.
I'm going like this, just a hair.
Show that down the line. They won't be able to see that. Yeah.
Into my shirt seam a little too much, which actually makes the shape, it makes my hand pass shape, make the club lay off for me.
Yep, 100%.
So let's try that again.
Much better. All right, so again, when you're doing these drills, monitor yourself. There's no magic into just logging grips with a drill with no mind to how good you're doing the drill.
It's a waste of time.
It's just exercise.
You need to watch the video every time.
100%.
I don't hit balls, and Mike doesn't hit balls really anymore at all without having TrackMan video on at least.
Swing coach.
Yeah, something.
Feedback.
Exactly.
Because again, I don't know what the new movement should feel like until I do it over and over and over again.
And the most underrated thing of all time is taking a video camera or your swing coach app on the golf course.
Yes.
It's crazy how your swing under the gun, then you can really say, oh, wow, I'm doing...
Because that's the swing you want to work towards and work
Exactly.
on, not this. This is just like bare basic stage one.
And nobody
We're trying
does
to
it.
affect that swing. Nobody does it.
Nobody does it. Set your phone up. Go out in the evening. Like tonight, I could go out late in the evening to play 9 holes by myself and set my phone up on 5 or 6 shots. You're going to learn so much about your swing that you wouldn't even imagine.
One, you're going to be horrified.
Yeah, big time.
And then 2, you're going to realize just how much effort goes into changing a swing. And it's like, if you're frustrated after 2 weeks, you got no right to be frustrated. I've done this for 2 weeks. I'm not seeing any difference. Yeah. Come on. 2 years, then you can start complaining a little bit.
We're not picking on you, but come on.
Okay, so that's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The final progression is now somewhat taking a grip as lightly as possible, but you are still going to feel like this is a lead arm only swing.
That felt good.
That feel lead arm dominant again?
Yeah, and it's like when I'm playing my best, it feels something like that. Yeah.
Very good. All right, so that's the progression. Some of you are going to be fixed after number 1. Some of you might need to put it all together as 3. Again, film yourself doing the work so you can actually know if you're doing it. There's no magic just to doing a drill. It's the quality of the movement.
It's funny, you used it because you were steep, right?
No, I use it because I was dropping it
so
under.
Over shallowed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a kind of a really catch-all drill. It's one of those ones. If you're too far under, it helps you feel this last piece too, where the club comes out.
I'm doing it too steep in the club.
There you go. This is one of those catch-all drills that helps you feel it a little more shallow in transition. And instead of being under, the way this arm is on here, the head will kick out over your hands. I mean, this is the best feeling right here.
Oh,
like
so
when you're turning and the club pitches like this right there, I mean, if I can get there, my face to path, and to me, good golf is just about a tight face to path. You're not going to hit the ball at the target every time, but Ledbetter said it years ago. You don't want a lot of curve no matter where you hit it.
Yep.
So if your face to path is tight, you can play good golf. It's when your face to path starts getting out of whack that you're curving the ball, not playable. And when this club is pitching this way and I'm rotating, in gears we call that, it's covering the ball with my torso. This face feels, it's not quiet, but it feels more quiet the way the club action is working. And again, you hit some of the straightest, highest shots.
And they're compressed.
Yeah, and they're compressed. So this video got in the weeds a little bit, but I mean, this drill right here, one of the absolute best. And obviously it works because Scott uses it with so many tour players, and these guys are playing for a living.
That's exactly right. So keep it simple, film, watch yourself with a critical eye, and then just put in the reps. And you will, whether you're under late or over early, it's going to fix both.